The game has changed. Still playing by the old rules? Still bound by human limits? Introducing N1K3, Apex Edition. Performance beyond human, victory beyond doubt. Upgrade, adapt, dominate. The game has changed, so change it.
Hello, fringers. The following podcast may not be suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, fringers! Welcome to the party. We've been having a great pre-show. Howdy, Loweries and Tuddles. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 13 of Neon Trails, an Identico actual play. I am your game runner, the Caleb G. Please be advised that Neon Trails contains mature themes and language and may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion, listener discretion, any discretion is advised. Everything is still terrible and getting worse, so I will just quote our handsome Lord and Savior Pedro Pascal. Fuck the people who try to make you scared. Fear is the way they win. So let's do our best to make Daddy Lorian proud and say hello to our crew, who knows that an empty desk is an efficient desk. That's just not true for any of us in this room. First up, he can't tell you what the proper channels are because that's classified information. It's Mallo playing Sam.
If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
Next up, confess quickly. If you hold out for too long, it could jeopardize your credit rating. It's Wild playing B.
I know all of the dirty secrets and where your skeletons are hiding in your closet, so beware.
She probably helped put some there. He can't fix it, but he can bypass it with one of these. It is Pete playing Dog.
Yeah, one of these, my wiener. There you go.
It's a universal tool, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Next up, there has been a little complication with her complication. It is Lauren playing Drall.
That's really real. You know, me and my dog say really nice things about you when you're not watching.
And he came into this game for the action, the excitement, the go anywhere, travel light, get in, get out, wherever there's trouble, a man alone. Now they've got the whole country sectioned off. You can't make a move without a form. It is Ethan playing Mox.
That is why I came here, and damn it, Caleb, aren't you delivering? What a guy.
Let's get some housekeeping out of the way. Identico is live every other Tuesday on twitch.tv/Identico with episodes of Neon Trails at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you want to catch up on previous shows, episode archives, and other content is available over at youtube.com/Identico. Please subscribe, like, and leave some comments to appease the algorithm. And follow us on the socials. Look for us at Identico or Humanoid Games at whatever social media platform is still in existence. Visit playidentico.com where you can read the basic core rules for free, the newest, read our modules, including the newest one, The Dark of the Divine, and pick up books, stickers, and other merch to support the show. If you're live with us on Twitch right now, hi, hello, we love you, welcome. Spend those channel points. I feel like some rolls are going to be coming up over the next few episodes. And don't forget to check out our show sponsors, Morag's Dice for your super slick dice resin needs, and our new show sponsor, Norse Foundry, for all your tabletop game accessories. They have dice made from every imaginable substance, including plushy dice, and a wide range of accessories such as dice trays, storage tools, and they have fun goodies like mystery bags and candles. Check them out at norsefoundry.com. Mallo, do you have anything else to add this fine evening?
I would like to say, to do a bit of capitalism with you and just say that the Dewussy shirts are available now at our Bonfire store. If you would like a shirt that is a completely and totally made up Frontier American whiskey, there's a shirt available for you. You can link over from our website at playidentico.com, or if you look up identico.bonfire.com, that is our entire store there. And it has all of our shirts and other merchandise and things like that there. You can get some hoodies and stuff like that if it's still hoodie season where you're at. But yeah, go check it out. I spent a lot of fun making that label and stuff like that for it. So go have a good time.
What a time to be alive.
It should
Yeah.
always be hoodie season.
Super fast on those two.
Now you can wear Dewussy on your chest.
Yes, you can.
Which is where it usually ends up after you throw it up. And with all of that out of the way, let's start the show.
Look alive, Fringers. It's 2099 and we are live and loud in the underground. From the streets to the scar. Keep your chip hidden, your gun loaded, and never trade your soul for souls. Turn it up and let them know Big Brother is watching. Time to put on a show.
Last time on Neon Trails, the crew celebrated their victories at the Kingslayer and debated what to do with the intel given them by Frederick Le Bon. They drove a few hours out of the Fringe for safety and checked the drive. It contained a single text file with 3 details about why the gang leaders visit the Phoenix Plex and where they visit. The crew crashed for the night and was visited the next morning by Marshal Nancy Hook, a Leo from Phoenix. She advised them to be careful upon returning to the Fringe, as the gang they encountered before the fight at the Kingslayer, the Chicago outfit, definitely wanted revenge against the crew. They then reviewed their intel in more detail and researched the businesses, which, with some help from PB, they established a rough pattern of when the gang leaders visited and decided to focus on Grave Fortis, who picked up an order weekly from Golden Duck Barbecue and Soup. After a few days observing the restaurant and repairing their tech, the crew observed a large order being dropped off at an abandoned theater and picked up by some of Fortis's gang. And that is exactly where we are picking up right now. Dog, you were on watch. You were standing in this abandoned theater, and you saw 3 individuals approach the drop-off. This is a very classic late 90s, early 2000s Hot Topic reject kind of clothing. Multiple studded belts hanging at all angles from their hips. Very big boots studded in spikes. Big leather dusters. Lots of overlapping mesh shirts. Lots of extraneous piercings and chains hanging from things. And these 3 individuals approached the pickup order, and they had a quadrupedal drone with them that had a very flat top. Basically, imagine a walking table. And they started loading it up. And that is exactly where we are jumping in. They are in the process of loading the stuff onto the drone. And what would you like to do?
If I recall correctly, I believe I sent a text letting them know.
Yes.
And then all of their phones dinged or whatever.
Yes.
10 feet away.
Like 20 feet from it.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta be discreet. What am I can holler it, but
We all got the
yeah.
bat signal at the same time.
yeah. And so, maybe I'm gonna walk in and ask, like, did you guys get my message?
Just dead stare you.
Yes, we got the message, yes.
Okay. Well, they're here. Yeah, what? It's Jojo.
Now, are we trying to take them out right now, or we got to follow them back to their place so that we see where their headquarters is?
Yeah, we didn't talk about this.
No, I realized at this
Now-
exact moment that we came up with a plan, and then the plan was exactly this far. And in the hours that we had to wait for right here, we never discussed what to do after this point.
It's a good point. I mean, I didn't know if I was giving it like a 1 to 50 shot that we actually see them, and they just kind of like showed up. So
there's no point in dealing with step 2 until you know if you can do step 1, right? So
yeah,
what about step 2, eh?
So the bridge is here. Let's cross it.
Wait, well, I say we just follow them, maybe. We find out where they go. How about that?
Good step. I like
Yeah.
step
I think
2.
those are. So fuck it. Let's go.
Keeping
there.
distance is
That's
good.
the best idea yet.
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah.
anybody's got another one. But that's the best.
I'm good with it. If you guys are good with it,
Sweet.
done.
right.
Let's go.
That's the
I'll go.
shortest conversation we had about a plan yet.
I
Hell
need you
yeah.
to camo up, and you go follow. All right? We'll be right behind.
Like right behind. That's probably not going to be too helpful. I'm way stealthier than you.
No,
guys.
that's a freight. It's a turn of freight. Go, Argos! Go follow them.
I just wanted to make sure I knew the plan. I wanted to be.
No, you're a very
I wasn't
good
part of this
boy.
whole conversation. I just wanted to add something.
You're a very good boy, and I appreciate you if I haven't told you that lately. But they are currently leaving as we are discussing how good a boy you
Oh
are.
yeah. They're already gone.
Please catch up. Camouflage, quiet.
Okay.
Argos, you'll have Umbra flanking with you as well.
Well, that was me.
And Argos does have active camo.
Yes. All right. So the two drones are going to scamper off. Just so we're on the same page, we are following these 3 messengers, these 3 delivery people, just with the 2 drones. The rest of us are staying in the Winnebago for right now.
I did not mean to override and say we would not be following if we wanted to follow at a greater distance. I was
Well, yeah,
more thinking,
that's why I wanted to hit it here. So the drones are the immediate followers. Is anybody also following? Are we staying in the Winnebago? Are we driving the Winnebago at a distance? Is that decision based on what the drones see? Where are we leaning here?
Don't we still have one of those box trucks?
Yes.
Tucson instead? Yeah.
Yeah. I was just thinking, like, driving that instead of the Windy Bagel might be.
there's nothing less suspicious than an unmarked white truck, so.
I mean,
It is pretty common in the fringe, though.
Hey, I'm being serious.
Yeah.
I don't know why you think I wouldn't be.
The fringe is full of nondescript box trucks.
If we had planned ahead, we didn't think we'd get here, we could have made a vinyl wrap that said sand delivery, and that would be really inconspicuous.
I could just get up there with like a Sharpie. I mean, I know that's a relic, but I can still use it. I could just.
If this is
Fresh
discussion for
fish.
right now, I feel like this was a 3-hour ago chat. Like, should we? I vote. My vote is that we get in the truck or get in the bagel and follow a block or 2 behind, following theme with Argos and Umbra theme.
I say we do box truck. We put Rav in the back of box truck, and then we just put our least suspicious people in the front seat. Everybody hang out in the back.
All right. Who here is least suspicious looking?
yeah, who here is least suspicious?
Take this moment to review the character art for this game.
I have a hoodie.
While this silence is
so
happening, just take the
suspicious.
opportunity to relook at the character art there.
I was gonna say they slowly point to Drall.
I'm just wearing a normal hoodie, so I'll sit up front.
I'll ride up front with you.
There you
since
go.
I can go
All right.
for drive if needed.
Can we have a stealth check for Argos?
I have to remember his roll. Oh, there it is. Shit, 19 on the die.
Oh, wow. Plus a lot with the active camo, right?
I don't remember what the exact active camo bonus was. I can double check it.
While we move forward, if you could, just so I can have the numbers. But 19 on the die definitely is successful for what we are doing here. At least it seems it's successful. I just gave it all away. So Argos slips off, blending into the dark. Mox, you still have the video feed linked up to your watcher. So you can kind of backburner it a little bit, but you still have a little bit of that sense of vertigo of, well, with one eye, I'm here in the bagel talking about everything. In the other eye, I'm a very dog-shaped, low to the ground, following a bunch of people kind of thing. So through Argos's feed, which is then supplemented by Umbra's feed, and Umbra has taken up a little bit more of an aerial position. She has kind of scrambled up, and she's kind of going from like rooftop to rooftop kind of thing. So you've got this dual picture of what's going on and where they're headed. So you are seeing these 3 individuals and their table drone walk out of the amphitheater area, and the 3 of them are just kind of shooting the shit with each other. They are not acting suspicious. They're not acting like they're scared or worried. They're just 3 dudes walking around with a moving table full of hot pot and takeout barbecue. Yes, Ethan.
Just so you know, the active camo is a +4 when Argos is moving and a +8 when still. So that was anywhere from a 23 to a 27, depending on the moment.
Gotcha.
Good
Thank
dog.
you so much.
Bless our hearts, there ain't no way.
Perfect. So, they take a fairly direct route, but a couple twists and turns, not like they are trying to hide their route. Again, they are not moving from shadow to shadow. They are not moving stealthily. It is middle-ish, late evening, 8-ish, 9-ish at the point that this all went down. The fringe is still hopping. There is still constant activity. Music is playing. People are talking, shouting. You can hear the noise of people engaging in various types of entertainment spilling out from the different bars and establishments that are around you, and as the drones walk through the fringe, the ever-present light pollution and noise pollution from the Phoenix Plex looming above you is casting a shade over everything. So there's not a point of it's a quiet night, and there's still so many people out and about, working, moving from place to place. The 3 individuals are just part of the crowd. No one's paying them any mind whatsoever. Their route is a couple twists and turns, but more just because they're navigating the fringe, which is not made with any sense of city planning. Stuff is just where stuff is. So they're just walking around buildings. At one point they cut through someone's backyard. They hop a fence. They cut through the back alley of a restaurant that kind of bleeds into a shop. Very much like how theme parks, like the stores are kind of connected on the backside. You kind of like shortcut through everything. A lot of the shops are like that a little bit. And eventually they get to kind of a larger clearing where a bunch of vehicles are parked. In one part of it, a couple cars and bikes and trucks are assembled in a rough circle, and people have a fire built and they're playing music and they're passing around kebabs and beer and that kind of thing. And over on the other side, there's somebody doing like maybe a weird interpretive dance kind of entertainment show. It's like street performer stuff, right, in this big giant parking lot. And
are they wearing bowler hats and dancing to weird EDM music?
They are now, yes, absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
These guys are having a blast.
So the three individuals head towards 3 motorcycles that you see parked. Once Argos realizes where they are headed, he kind of zooms in vision-wise so you can get a look at the bikes. You can capture some clean visuals. The bikes are like the big. Why did I bring this up? Because I didn't have this prepared and I don't know motorcycle terms. Like the big motorcycles with the really long struts out front.
You're looking for choppers, yeah.
Choppers, thank you. And everything is decked out with studded spike skulls and chains and chrome flame and all that type of vibe. When they activate the bikes, everything lights up with LED. It looks like the skulls are belching flame, and like the running lights go back through the bikes and the spokes of the wheels. It's very, very well put together. This vibe is on point with this gang. One of the bikes has kind of like a sidecar, and the table drone like latches into the sidecar, and they are now carrying the delivery, and all the bikes rev up and they head out of town, head out of the fringe. They are not driving so fast that Argos cannot continue to follow them, but he cannot follow them closely without like sprinting into traffic and joining the flow of traffic, which would make him a little bit more obvious. At this point, are y'all going to follow in the box truck?
I think that's up to the 2 up front.
I think we probably should at that point. Don't you think?
I agree.
I don't want to get
Left behind, but not too close.
Sure. Very good.
just close enough without being too close. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Just
Okay. So let's start with a drive check to drive casual.
I can lend some.
That's not me, right? Please, dear God, don't be me.
Who's driving? The two of you are up front.
Be cool.
B, you're totally driving, right? I am a passenger princess.
Roll
I mean,
for
that does
self-control.
track about Drall. Come on. She totally would be a
True.
passenger.
Oh yeah,
She's on
100%.
the dashboard and everything.
Oh, 100%. Whoa. Whoa, don't call me out like that in front of everyone. Me and my daily life.
So, good news is I have a pretty good driving score. Bad news is I rolled a 4, so
Okay.
9.
You did great, honey.
Can I please get a description from how you two failed to drive casually? I want to know.
I feel like B is concentrating too hard on being casual. So it's a lot like, when somebody is first learning how to drive the stick, it's a lot of like, speed up, slow down, stop, and then like crawl forward 5 miles an hour and then realize how creepy that looks.
It's like an old lady on a walker passing us.
And then I'll speed it up again and throw whoever's in the back, like, for a little bit of a jolt, It's not a...
Jason! Fuck! Drall can't drive for shit.
I feel like Sam is like sliding around in the back holding a bottle and just being like, just running into one side. And he goes the other way, just like not even like trying to hold a conversation with Mox and Dog, but like just keeps sliding from one side to the other.
I feel like at one point maybe you catch up a little bit too much, and you get you realize you're like way too close to them, so you kind of pull up next to them and pretend you're like looking at which way to go. You're asking for directions, and you're like waving
I turn
at
down
them.
the radio, so that I can see better.
Yeah, of course.
I accidentally hit the horn.
What are you, parallel parking?
Because I'm
A flare comes out of the back.
So the delivery guys are giving each other some looks, but here's the thing: this type of activity isn't uncommon in the Fringe. A lot of people are driving around impaired by a variety of substance. There's a lot of people working 2, 3, 4 gig economy type jobs, and they get super tired. And it's not weird that people are driving strangely, but they're paying attention to you now. You see them continue down the road ahead of you, and they turn off to the right. Are you going to continue to follow them? Are you going to try to take a different route and see if Argos can give you a little bit more intel? What's the plan?
I think probably triangulating a different route and going to the same place would be better than going down and you said it was like an alley or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably the best idea, yeah.
Okay. All right. So you can continue driving. Argos.
Honk honk, what y'all doing? Sorry.
Argos is gonna continue to trot down the road, flinking from building to building, speeding up when he can to maintain visual contact.
There's a fun mini game here where like you play as Argos, like navigating the city and stuff like that, and then you cut up to your partner in Umbra, and they're doing like the Assassin's Creed run over the rooftops and stuff like that, but it's a weird chupacabra style teddy bear drone.
Yeah. So Mox, in the box truck, as you are sliding around, you're getting the visual input from Argos. You're getting a separate feed from Umbra. You see that
Advil after this.
you see that your targets are speeding up, and you get the sense, based on your experience in this type of work, that they're being a little bit more cautious at this point. They take a couple extra turns that may or may not be necessary.
We're getting close, everyone.
You take a second to try to overlay what's happening in real time with a map of the Fringe that you have on your glow. So you've got on your holo display, you've got the map of the Fringe, you've got a dot for where you are, you've got them moving, you've got the positioning with the video feed from the 2 drones. And while you're not at the edge of the Fringe, your targets are definitely speeding up. They're definitely getting closer to the least populated parts of the Fringe, the outskirts, really. And you see ahead of you, looking at the map, there's a couple locations that catch your eye. There's a big empty parking lot. There is what seems to be like an abandoned strip mall. And then there is an entrance to like an underpass, like an underground road kind of thing. So looking at the map, you're like, okay, these 3 areas you're kind of predicting one of these might be the most logical place of where they're going. You're not sure yet. Nothing about how they are driving indicates one over the other, but all three of these seem a kind of likely destination.
So there was the underground passage, the strip mall, and what was the other?
Just a big empty parking lot.
You know, oh God, this edgelord. My guess, there's a strip mall here, but there's underground area, and that seems like where they would think it would be cool to hang out.
I mean, it probably is pretty cool to hang out there.
I'm not saying it isn't. I'm saying that if this cliche continues, then they're probably under there. Please prove me wrong.
Where would a vampire go?
The strip mall.
Strip mall vampire?
The ancient videos?
Right. Think about it. I remember this old band called My Chemical Romance. They always had, like, they were in, like, preparatory school, and then they did a whole thing.
Actually.
Oh, no, they're fantastic.
Kids?
I love them. But, like, think about it this way. It would be funnier if they were in strip mall than the underground.
That would also track. You know what? Any of the three kind of fulfill the cliche. Either way, I think we're golden here, so...
Are you saying it'd be funny from like an irony standpoint?
Yes, not funny as in like comedic.
I don't know if these are ironic people.
I don't think they would appreciate the... You know what? I think we're getting in too deep to analyzing their choices here before we even know where they are.
In too deep. Sum 41, yes. See, you're getting the era that we're coming from, yeah. You got it.
Yeah, trying to keep up above in my head. We don't instead of going underground.
Underground. Ben Folds 5, yes.
Yeah. Hiroshima. Yep, that's
she like gives you that look and just like, yes.
Yeah.
Do we throw the used in there too, or is that not a? Never mind.
It's in there.
We have so much we have to listen to now when we're not doing this.
All right, so where do we want to go?
To My Chemical Romance.
Argos and Umber are still following, yeah?
Yes.
I'm gonna wait to see where they go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say, does PP know where these people hang out?
PP.
PB? B.
You know what?
I don't know.
Can we officially change it to PP? I do think that has a better ring to it.
What would What would it stand for? Paper purse?
That he's a giant PP.
He doesn't told me his name was
Don't
PP.
call him PP. It's not. I'll just message him, okay?
He said that was his pet name.
No. I am so confused.
I'm confused too.
She just sends a message. It just looks like groans, throws her leg a little bit, has a little teenage temper tantrum. Guys, just sends a message. Know anything about these guys that I should know about? We're following them right now.
While that is happening...
Also, I hope you ate. LOL.
Hi, honey. Did you drink water? I have questions for you, but I need to make sure you're okay.
Are you okay? Okay.
Anyways, so Umbra is outfitted with sonar capabilities to like track things, and if we need to send Umbra down the underground route, that is always an option as well.
All right. Can we have another stealth check for Argos, please?
Either an 18 if moving or a 22 if standing still.
Ghost is noodling. A little bit of both.
All right. Drall, you get a text back. Wait, who are you following? What's going on?
We're following... Who are we following? The Chicago outfit? No. We just talked about that.
We are following members of
Fortis's members of Fortis's group. They've just done a run at Luna's.
You the message where you explain that is responded to with exclamation points and
Duck emoji.
and a shocked face emoji and like a brain exploding emoji.
Duck, 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 duck.
Oh,
Exclamation point.
You super started the mission. Okay. Wow. Okay.
Oops. Done fucked up and found out.
Either.
Da, da, da. Yeah, no.
Be careful.
JK, we didn't fuck up yet.
He sends back, be careful. Keep me in the loop. I'll do what I can. Smiley face.
Okay. Smiley face, blushy face, kitsy face. Okay, bye.
So Argos continues.
And I send him my location.
He responds with a heart to the location.
Bless.
Argos continues to follow these three. They turn towards the underground route, the underground road, and as they drive down the little bit of the downward incline to enter this tunnel that's going underground, they click off their headlights and they proceed ahead. Argos and Umbra following them see that there are a lot of derelict vehicles on this road, and the three riders are either following a known path or some sort of computer driving, but they're swerving between everything. This seems like something they do pretty frequently. As you in the box truck are continuing to follow them, are you also driving down this route, or are you trying to just see where it comes out? What's your plan?
I think it would be smart to stay in the area, but not try to directly go for anything until there's more information.
Okay, so you're basically hanging back.
Yeah.
At the entrance of this underground tunnel. Okay, so the targets ride through the tunnel. There's a big curve, and they're following the road and going in between all the vehicles and such. And they get to a point where there is a big branching kind of split in the road. Two of them go off to the right, one of them goes off to the left. The one with the food goes off to the left. And Argos kind of stops for a second and decides to follow the one with the food. Unless, Mox, you want to tell him to do something different?
I mean, at the moment, I feel like he should keep following.
Okay, so he will continue following them, and you can see where they're going through the feed, the video feed coming back to you, and this road continues on and eventually gets to, it kind of opens up, and it's kind of like, almost like a subway station kind of setup. But there's no train tracks, there's no subway cars. This was all just like a surface road, but underground. And there are a bunch of abandoned shops and offices, and there's like a shopping center. So it seems like this was like a little way station for this underground road that existed. And through Argos, you see that there are another dozen or so bikes of the same type and style parked there on the side of this underground road. And you hear a bunch of voices milling about, chit-chatting, playing music, hanging out. This is very much a social hangout kind of thing. The driver with the food revs in, parks. The drone hops out and walks over to the group of people, the driver following. And all of the individuals are all dressed very similarly. The table kind of settles into the middle. The bunch of people circle around it, and you see that one of the individuals is probably a foot and a half taller than all the rest. You immediately recognize from the intel and the pictures that this is Grave Fortis. He is tall, gaunt, bare-chested, but decked out in a massive amount of external cyber mods. There is a slight moment of deja vu for those of you who remember the cyber zombies from way back. The cult that just had a bunch of mismatched tech. There's a little bit of an echo of that visual, but Fortis is intentional with everything he has done. Looking at him through Argos's feed, there is an aesthetic to his look. All of the cyber tech that is mounted externally is very much built to mimic like an external skeleton. So you can see like the rib cages, you can see cyber tech that is mimicking the arm bones, the shoulder plates, his spine. He's very intentional with everything he's doing. So there's that flash of, oh my God, but no, this is very different. So just a little bit of a weird callback moment for all of you. He strides up to the table, kind of presiding Lord of the Feast thing. Through Argos, the video feed, the speaker. Again, this is just a hangout. This is just their social hour. He's not leading a meeting. He's not giving them orders. Everyone is opening the food, lighting the little portable charcoal grill, arguing over who gets what plate of. No, I ordered those dumplings. No, give me that steak. No, I got those mushrooms. I got the bamboo shoots. Like it's just that type of hangout, right? And they proceed to hang out and eat.
I think it's probably time we call the kids back. They've probably seen all they can see now.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Gonna tell Argos to come back.
Yeah, okay.
And make sure everyone knows what we've seen. Whenever possible, I was also using my glow to show Argos's feed so that other people could see it, not just through my watcher.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have video capture as well, so you can save all that video and use it for whatever you need. All right.
So, we know it seems where their base is, of course. And now we still have to figure out step 3.
We shoot. We're supposed to shoot.
There's
right?
not a small amount in there, I feel you should know.
Do you think that they have a hidden kaiju somewhere?
Hidden what now?
You know that big robot with all the zombie guys?
They're all?
Yeah.
I didn't say one, do you?
Not yet.
Well, we got Rolf too. And a damn good pilot. Prove that.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah, what comes next? This is the part where I'm like,
Well, here's a crazy idea. If we don't want to, if we are going with the violent option, or even if we're planning on subterfuge, maybe, those Chicago people, the Chicago outfit, not fans of us. We heard that from the Leo. So maybe we let them know, either directly in a challenge style thing, or indirectly and merely let slip that we are in this general vicinity. And so they all come round this area, which certainly would set off alarm bells for those who have a hideout nearby. Maybe a little confrontation ensues. Either we pick off the remainder, or we use it as an opportunity to get inside ourselves. Just ideas. Crazy man rambling.
That's a pretty good idea.
I like this. We can fuck with them some more. I liked them. They were pussies.
Did anybody get one of their numbers so we could just do a location inside the base?
I can do that. Easy. And so she pulls out her glow and gets to work.
The other option is to write a love note on a brick or a piece of Molotov and throw it wherever they are. But
I like that better than the digital approach.
But the digital approach might be easier to confuse.
Probably quicker.
Our Leo friend might know how to get in touch with them too.
Well, we might piss them off a little bit, because they're part. We're about to start gang war in the city. Just FYI.
Should there probably already be one? So
we
we're
can
all
let
just
them
kind
know.
of.
Wait, that's a great point, Sam. What if we let the Chicago outfit know, and we let our Leo friend know that there's gonna be a big old problem around here, and then they also come to help deal with that, and then there's a fight on 3 fronts, and we sneak in
Send
and
them
deal
to
with
locations
the big boy.
on both sides of the hideout.
Also, this could be a terrible idea, and maybe I'm only suggesting it because it'd be a lot of fun to watch.
Would be like an ant fight.
As long as we're safely distanced, I don't see many downsides since we don't live here.
Y'all got any smoke bombs?
No, I don't. We didn't pick any up.
I have a few grenades.
Yeah, I got some of them too.
Possible we could rig something out with what we have.
Make smoke.
I have to see.
Got a fog machine?
I'll get the right one.
Do you have to plug it in? But do you have to plug it in?
You know for a fact that Grey Fortis and his crew own a fog machine.
And
Think
probably
about
some
it.
lasers.
You know for a fact.
Hey, I bet that abandoned mall has an abandoned Hot Topic that's got a fog machine.
It's
Or an
probably
abandoned
been
Spirit
picked over.
Halloween.
It's probably been
Now, I'm not
picked
saying
over.
to backtrack.
An old
but-
Spencer's.
Yeah.
I like
So
this
you-
idea though of let's just get everybody involved and see what happens. I don't
And
know
I'm
when a
sure
smoke
that would
machine
be-
comes
There's
into
smoke.
play.
I'm sure that would be very easy for a hypothetical GM to deal with in a hypothetical scenario.
What's the
from
vision
beyond,
penalty for smoke?
From beyond, I'm getting double thumbs up. I think we go with it. Let's see what happens.
Thank you, Lord.
Oh, religion's really rooted here.
If I remember correctly, I think we have at least three DMs to help run anyways.
All right, you handle this crew. I got these guys.
Suddenly, we're
Good
rolling for
luck
the
to
NPCs.
the other 3.
Yep.
What I didn't tell you was Dog's old profession was lawyer, Brule's lawyer.
It's an important profession.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so
I don't know where the smoke comes in, but the rest of it is, I'm all about it.
So we want to get a hold of the Chicago outfit and tell them, hey, we're here, deal with it.
Bing! Come and get us.
We want to tell the Marshals, the Leos, that the Chicago outfit and Grey Fortis's crew are going to have a tussle.
Bring location. Come and find out. Party right here. Bring your own pizza.
Should we also tell Grey Fortis's team that we are the people that actually end up being the Chicago outfit, so they just fight extra hard?
No,
Or should we just keep our...
No, I think Dog is planning some dramatic reveal for us, and I'm
Does it have
kind of in
eyeliner?
for. I'm kind of in for like option C, where we just like show up Undertaker style or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, don't announce her. Yeah, no.
You'll
just,
have a
I mean, we
call.
could always like throw in like the Peace Molotov or the brick idea, but into Grave Fortis's, excuse me. I've been saying Mortis. I feel like that's on me. But throw a brick down that tunnel from quote unquote the Chicago outfit, saying, "Hey, pussies, we're coming
As
to
long
get
as-
your area in about an hour."
as long
You
as
ready?
it looks like it's their fault, I think it's probably fine.
Yeah, you write on the brick. This is the Chicago outfit. Eat butt.
Fuck you!
Z.
Mortis, cross out the M, put the F. Fortis,
Thank you.
Brave fartus.
Fartis.
That'll really get him, man.
He'll really grind his gears.
I'm sure he's never heard that one.
All right.
Never.
All right.
I think we just throw it down there and say, "We're coming for you, Stuart." I don't know if his name is Stuart or not, but we just say, "We're coming for you, Stuart," and then watch
But what
them.
if there's a guy there named Stuart who's really not done anything wrong, has had a super bad day, and it sends him over the edge? We have to think about this stuff.
Then they'll protect him with their laugh. Wouldn't you?
Makes point.
Do go on, Sam.
He
Good
makes
point.
He makes point. I'm just saying.
All right.
Sounds like a perfect plan. Nothing could go wrong. I'm here for it.
Absolutely not. Nothing chaotic involved.
I love that we planned out what a person's name is underground in the dark, but we were like, what we didn't even think to say what happens if the drone shows up this night that we're camping out. Love it. Love it.
Priorities.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, Drall, you
What's up?
are doing two things,
Oh,
if I'm interpreting correctly. You are getting a hold of the Leo Nancy Hook,
yep.
and you are also trying to get a message to the Chicago outfit.
Yep.
Okay.
These guys say you suck. Come prove them wrong. Okay, Store 4, bye.
All right. So let's start with getting a hold of the Leo.
Okay.
Are you just going to send her a message? Are you going to call
Yeah.
her? What are you going to do?
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a location and then send a picture from that location.
Okay. And what are you saying along with that? What is your message to her?
Objects of interest at this location, and I'm not just talking about takeout. Come and get it. The stuff, not the takeout. That's already eaten.
Never mind.
Do you want me to add something? I can add something on the end. I mean, I've only got like 5 sentences so far.
No, it's fine.
I like your fifth line about like there being a party and like.
Oh, yeah! But I want it to be a violent party, and if they think it's just a regular party, maybe they won't bring violence.
I want to make sure I understand. You're afraid that the law enforcement officer is going to misinterpret your message and think that you're inviting her to a congenial, normal party?
I don't know. Maybe she thought I was picking up the vibe. I don't know. I don't want to put a. I just don't want to mess any. Okay, got it. Okay, party here.
She didn't put the
Don't-
pineapple in there. It's fine.
You
No
know,
mixed
policemen are
signals.
known for their underground tunnel parties. They love them.
I don't know. You were talking about vampires. I didn't know if it was like a sex thing. I don't want to be part of
It's
it.
always a sex thing.
What
always a
you
sex
people
thing.
do is no.
Just okay. I send the message that the location, the image of the location. This is a very interesting party at this location. Be there or be somewhere else.
Okay.
No, actually, no, but be there.
And then to try to get a hold of the Chicago outfit. how are you trying to do that? What method are you using? How are you trying to get a hold of them?
Which member of the Chicago outfit has a glow game addiction?
Oh, okay. Well, I think that is probably something that with a little bit of searching and a little bit of help from Paperboy, you would be able to figure out. Can you give me, let's call it an insight check.
Cool. $17.
Okay. It is not something that you can easily or quickly find, but in the downtime here, as you are searching around, you are definitely able, again, with a lot of support from Paperboy, you are able to find a couple different lists of known members of the Chicago outfit. That is something that the Leos have in their databases, which Paperboy is able to pull up, and cross-referencing those names with glow traffic on the grid and different types of online behaviors, you're able to narrow down a handful of them that probably skew a little bit younger than other members.
Kind of figured.
You can see a few of them have some ranked scores on a variety of games. You see a couple of them. Paperboy is able to pull up spending history for in-app purchases and things like that. So there's like 3 or 4 you're able to identify within 15-20 minutes.
Fantastic. So from there, I'm going to try to venture a guess as to, based on the amount of microtransactions these individuals have, who would probably have the highest rate of opening the app at any given moment. So I'm just going to start with one and work down the line. I'm going to make a screen name, and I'm going to go through the back end and match with them.
Okay.
Private message once we match.
Okay, so this is a lengthy process, but with the magic of technology, this is able to work out pretty easily. You are really focused on this work in the box truck. You have your glow on your lap. You have multiple hollow screens pulled up around you. You've kind of multiple instances of the game. It's not just like one game.
Yeah, of course. Like. Let me borrow your glow.
Kind of like Troll Farm style, like on the screen you have virtual phones, almost virtual glows that you've logged into. You've created multiple profiles to try to give yourself a couple more likelihood of matching and finding these people. And Paperboy is like running quick programs to make all of this happen and feeding you the data. You are physically doing, hit my mic. You are physically doing all of it. He's just like quickly supplying the resources you need to make it happen. So your eyes are kind of jumping from screen to screen. You have all these different instances of the games running. On
location active, by the way.
Yes. On a separate screen, you have your text to Marshall hook still up, and she has responded to you. What on earth are you talking about? And at the same time she's sent that back to you, you see that one of these members has responded to your game invite and is in the game's waiting room right now. it's like counting down to the start of the game.
Fantastic. Before the game starts, I'm going to send them a screenshot from the footage of when we wrecked up their car.
Oh, okay.
Zoomed in. Mm-hmm. Guess who?
Okay.
Draw about that life.
She's such a troll, dude.
I was gonna say
she's such a troll. Don't get me, you fucking pussy!
she got into the Fortnite match and immediately got comms banned.
I mean, troll is spelled pretty similar to troll. I'm just saying they're two
coincidence.
letters off.
I think not.
All right, so you see that the individual you've matched with, like you see the ellipse that indicate they're typing. And then like it stops, and then it starts again, and it stops. I'm like,
just say it.
Wait, who? What?
Say it, pussy, say it.
What? The response finally comes through, like just a WTF, and like an angry face emoji.
It was so much fun playing with you. I'd like to do more, and it's gonna zoom out and show more damage. Location active.
The individual sends a long series of GIFs, of very violent GIFs, just explosions, like clips from war movies, clips from like slasher fic and horror movies, very violent things, and then logs out.
The thumbs. Yeah, okay, cool.
You just give them a thumbs up right before.
I'm just gonna give them all thumbs up as they come through.
Yes, every single one as it pops up.
I got his attention.
As that has been going on, Marshall Hook has again sent a message, like, see above. What are you talking about? What is happening?
I'm just gonna send a screenshot of the violent GIFs, and then a picture of the building that we're looking at. I got these from 2 separate locations. Seems they're joining in the middle.
She responds, okay, so you're kicking the hornet's nest. You want them to come after you? And you've picked a weird-ass location. What part of the picture am I missing here? Are you asking for help?
Fortis. Period. And a duck emoji. With the moon. She thinks she's clever, even though only she knows.
The way you just said, with the
duck emoji,
in the most meaningful possible voice and tone, as if that was crystal clear, and me sitting over here trying to translate these hieroglyphics.
Yeah, you're trying to translate these hieroglyphics. Bitch is speaking in riddles.
She just throws up the Darkwing Duck. Like, that's what she's doing.
Fortis. Period.
Hook responds. Hook responds. Just really, period.
No shit. No. She deletes it after it's already sent and you've already seen it. And she says, I shit you not. Clearly better.
And Hook responds, wow, okay. Thanks for the heads up. So we have set the wheels in motion. Gears are turning. While this is happening, where is the box truck parked in relation to the entrance of this underground road.
I figured like a couple of blocks away.
Okay.
In an alley or like a nondescript parking lot or something.
Okay. Argos and Umbra came back before all of this kicked off. Are we going to do anything with them while we're waiting for things to play out?
I heard that somebody wanted to find a smoke machine. Was that
Fog machine?
Sorry, fog machine?
Very important modern time.
That's true. Was that a serious thing? Or was that just dog planning for funsies?
You're on mute, bud.
Is your mic? Oh,
Doodle-doop, doodle-doop. That's the sound. That's the sound it's making on the side. Yeah.
Yeah. Was it?
Yeah. Yeah.
What I want to know, how much of this were you relaying to us, Drall, or was it just quietly us sitting there and you like got him?
I thought I would have a moment where I'm sitting cross-legged wherever we are. Truck back open, air coming through, all of these glows around, of these holograms of glows, and you'll just periodically hear, come on, yes! And then you'll just see her turn around, put all the glows down. We have made contact. And half of the contact is very angry.
Okay.
Well, that was kind of part of the idea.
Because I was gonna say, from Dog's perspective, we were just all fucking sitting in the back of a truck scrolling our phones on Reddit, and then like, that fog machine you were talking about.
Oh yeah!
So no. There's some context though. So Dog, yeah, fog machine. Yeah. I mean, do you think the mall's got one? You think they got smoke grenades?
We could MacGyver smoke grenades if we found a little, like, what's the stuff you put in it?
Dry ice.
You put dry ice in that stuff? I thought it came in like a liquid.
How
or
is
something like
ice dry?
could Mox take a look
It's
at
wet.
our current supplies and see if there would be any way to
Made of
rig
water.
a makeshift couple smoke grenades?
Guys, it can't be dry.
It's a chemical.
Dog
a
literally
chemical.
is an outrider.
Oh.
Like,
I mean,
Oh,
technically,
okay.
when it's ice, I mean, it's a solid. So,
Yeah, but it's still like wet as a solid.
But
Or is it
isn't
just
ice-
cold and I'm perceiving it as wet? Fuck.
Isn't ice a rock, so water is lava? Isn't that a thing?
So don't touch water.
Yes.
Okay.
And you also don't get wet when you're in water. It's just perception.
That's why I
Anyway.
drink coffee all day,
Wetness.
every day.
Anyway, it's probably fine.
I think they take the ice and dry it off with the towel
And a hairdryer.
and a hairdryer, maybe.
So does it?
Yeah.
Does the ice
God
come with all
sent
this shit?
message to me.
we're all going to die.
A towel and a
How to dry ice
towel
kit.
with a hair dryer, and that.
Would you stop using your glow right now to search how to dry ice?
Hey, Mox.
All right, so
Yeah.
to make some smoke grenades or a fog machine, I think maybe Dog and Mox can work together on that.
Sounds good. What role would you like?
Dog, if you want to do a salvage roll, and then Mox, if you want to do an electronics roll.
Oh, man.
17 for me.
Okay, no joke. Rolled a nat 20, but I also have a plus 13 to salvage. Jesus! He lives in the wastes. I know there's like a little bit of class overlap, but he's an outrider. So I'm just saying, like we've rigged
You're
up a lot of
almost proud
stuff.
of
You're
your
like, I can do it, I can do it. And dog's back there, like, yeah, go ahead and rig it up. I'm back here, I'll supervise quietly.
So I feel like this was one of those. Dog got the idea in his head, and while all of this was going on, he was just working away, just really hyper focused on making whatever contraption you need this to be, Pete. It's absolutely successful across the board. I'm gonna say that we don't need to define the specifics of this machine and what it does until we need it to happen in the moment. And then I just want you to absolutely take it and go crazy with whatever you want it to be, because this was such a wildly successful roll.
Excellent.
So
You got it.
we'll just put a pin in that for a moment.
It's
and
been.
then-
Let's circle back.
Yeah, we'll circle back to that top of next quarter. Look at our Q3 metrics versus Q4.
Excellent. Go up.
So this whole thing took half an hour to an hour, with all of the back and forth, Drall with all the research you were doing, all of the typing, all the paperwork, like building stuff on the back end for you. So you've been sitting here a couple blocks away. You don't have eyes on what Fortis is doing, but you know that this is not a quick meal, and it was also a very big meal. So it is likely that he's still there with this little group. And after another 15-20 minutes, you hear louder than the background noise approach of vehicles. With the Doppler effect, you're not 100% sure where they're coming from, but you definitely hear the rev of engines, and it is approaching your location, which is nearby to this underground tunnel entrance. No one is coming specifically to where you have the box truck parked, but it's happening in the area. Do you want to do anything else at this point, or just see what happens?
Do we have any popcorn?
Probably.
You me do a salvage check?
I was just about that. Damn it! Did you pack snacks for the
Anything
road?
corn shaped? I'll make
Did
it
we
pop.
buy anything from the Chinese from the food truck before we left? Probably not. No, because we didn't plan that far ahead.
Well, we just ate there.
Yeah, but Drall is hungry again.
That's true.
Always hungry.
Let's say yes, you brought some snacks.
Okay.
Yes, you have plenty of snacks.
Then she's going to be the quintessential meme in the back, just like waiting for the shit to go down.
Okay. Other than Sam eating snacks, is anybody going to do anything else?
I kind of want to send Umbra down there for like
Okay.
an eye on things. I don't know if that would be super advisable, but I do know that she has some long distance like reconnaissance
Yeah.
stuff to help fill out what's going on down there.
Okay. So you can send her over very easily. Since you are a few blocks away, she's able to make her way over without any immediate risk or danger. As she gets closer, though, let's have a stealth check from her.
So the good news is Umbra is built for stealthy things.
Yes.
The bad news is I rolled a 1.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so like Umbra is trying to be very stealthy, gets distracted, and runs into the back of somebody's legs as they're going towards the tunnel and tries to like scuttle away, maybe.
All right, so here's what happens leading up to this moment. So Umbra approaches the entrance to the underground road. She sees, and you see through her video, that what has approached this tunnel entrance are a half dozen pickup trucks. And there's nothing special about them, blacks, silver, off-white, dirty kind of trucks. None of them are tricked out. None of them have any kind of logos or emblems. There's no vibe like all of the Fortis bikes had. They are just very utilitarian vehicles. She's able to see with her enhanced optics that in the back of each truck, there's anywhere from 3 to 6 guys. And while none of them are like wearing matching logos or matching tracksuits or everything, it's very clear that they are all united. They are all part of the same team. And, based on the events here, you're 99% sure this is the Chicago outfit pulling up to do some damage. Why else would this be happening, right? Who else would show up on force at this time of night? Who else could it be? As she is watching all of this, she had climbed up like a lamppost, like one of the big street lights, and she was hanging off of it to try to get a better view. Even though she's got telescopic vision, she just got excited. She got confused, so she was trying to get a little closer, and she fell into one of the trucks. And she is now right there in the thick of the action as the trucks tear down the tunnel entrance and roar into the night. So your view is now incredibly chaotic because through her eyes, she's now bouncing in the bed of this truck. There's like 4 or 5 guys in this truck. None of them has like super noticed her, but they're moving around because the trucks are now swerving between all of these vehicles that had been kind of partial roadblocks. One of the lead trucks doesn't swerve fast enough and clips one of the derelict trucks, so it kind of like screeches to a halt. So these guys are like turning on their brights. They're trying to figure out what's going on. So there's a lot of shouting, and you're seeing all of this through Umbra's like looking up at the roof, looking up at these guys. It's completely chaotic. You're trying to interpret what's happening through her feed. At one point, one of the guys, because they're like holding on to the truck sides, they're holding on to like some of the tubing that's on the back of the truck. One of them completely falls off and kicks Umbra accidentally. Another one then like hears that thud and turns to look at Umbra. But at that moment, the truck like screeches to a halt and he kind of tumbles over. So he's like trying to regain his footing and doesn't immediately take an action against her. But all of this is happening in the heat of the moment, in the thick of it all. All of that being said, as a group, are you still waiting to see what happens as these forces come together? Are you taking any actions or any strategic steps now?
I was going to say that while B was sending Umbra down, Mox wanted to send Argos to try to get a vantage point of the general area so that can be used for overwatch, see when people are coming and going, see if anyone's trying to flank or anything like that.
Okay, perfect. So let's call this a tactics check.
Using my stats or Argos's?
Whichever's better.
All right. There's my nat 20, so 21.
Dang!
Nice. Very
First roll with this die. Thank you.
Okay, so you send Argos out. Argos pulled up a map of the Fringe. While he was moving, he also did a little bit of research and digging and pulled up a larger map of the area, actually like looking back over the years to find when this underground road was built, trying to like find the historical data to find the blueprints and that kind of thing. So he pulls that up, he kind of overlays the two, he's kind of cataloging this data very quickly. All of this is happening like milliseconds while he is moving forward.
As soon as Mox sees that he's gotten access to the blueprints, Mox is going to go in and also grab that data and send it to everyone else's glow.
Yeah, absolutely. So based on his findings here, he's able to pull up that this was like 10, 15 years ago, let's do this big underground transportation infrastructure build between the plexes kind of thing. They were trying to make it like the new hot thing that everybody wanted to be part of. So all these different corps were funding it and sponsoring it. And it was pitched as this easier way to get around the wastes and avoid surface travel and danger and blah blah blah, that kind of thing. Some of the original blueprints and pitches, like the original design art, showed that this was going to be really like in its perfect stage, like the underground subway, but you're driving your own vehicle, and there would all be these beautifully organized, created way stations and stop stations. So very much like where you'd stop on the road when you're driving here in real life, like the places you stop, but it's all underground. So very much the food and services and restaurants and shops, that kind of thing. And parts of it were built, parts of it petered out. It just really didn't work out very well. But in this part of the country, this chunk of it was built and was used a little bit, but it fell into disrepair because the whole project was abandoned because the corpse went on to something different. Argos is able to find that the road that split off, so the delivery guy went this way towards this way station where all of this is happening right now. The other two drivers went off the other way, right? So that is a road that like went back up to the surface. Argos is currently underground in the tunnel, so he doesn't know where they went, but he knows that road does lead back up to the surface, so he kind of put a pin to flag that. He does, why did those guys go off that way? Well, actually, I take that back a second. You said he was going on Overwatch. Would he have gone into the tunnel, or would he have tried to stay above ground?
My main interest and use for him in terms of watching would be above ground to make sure that I could know if anyone was coming from. Okay. Since we have two potential forces coming from above ground and one under, that's my priority to watch.
Gotcha. So let me take back what I said a little bit. So he is staying above ground. He probably found a way up into some of the buildings here in the fringe, and he's jumping from spot to spot so he can find something. Everything he researched, everything he found, he is now looking from his vantage point. The road that split off to the left, the other two bikers drove on. This was like an entrance-exit ramp to this underground route. So he sees that the two of them went up that ramp, and they are sitting a little ways out of the fringe, kind of along the road that is underground. So if you're looking at the overlay of real space and the underground map, right? These two bikers are sitting kind of above where the underground way station is, and there's another 5 bikers there. So of Fortis's crew. So they were piecing it together. They were kind of the escort, and then they just revved up top to hang out with their buddies. They were invited to dinner. Also from where Argos is sitting, kind of going back and then catching up to real time, he is able to see the trucks, the Chicago Outfits trucks roar up, tear through the fringe, and then dive into the underground tunnel. He's able to hear a couple of the initial impacts as these trucks are hitting some of the roadblocks. But then as they drive further into the tunnel, he loses them on audio and visual. From where he is sitting, though, he is looking at the group of Fortis's men, his troops. They're not doing anything yet.
Okay. Thank you.
Underground, through the Umbra cam, we are still hearing the echo of these truck engines as they're driving through this tunnel, swerving all over the place. You're hearing the chaotic voices of the Chicago outfit. And then lights, not like the lights turn on, but the trucks enter that way station area. So there's more lights in this area. So Umbra is able to see a little bit better now, is able to see that all of these men are scrambling and righting themselves, kind of fanning out from where they've been kind of tossed all over the back of the truck. You hear the chaotic clash of sounds echoing through this underground area. You've got all of these guys shouting, you've got the roar of the trucks, you're hearing the exchange of voices. You're not really sure what's going on in detail, but one of the guys in the back of the truck, now that he can see better, can see Umbra and locks in that that's something that shouldn't be there, and he moves towards Umbra with antagonistic intent. What would you like Umbra to do?
I mean, that's his mistake. As previously established, Umbra has the bite force of a hippo and a taser tongue, so like,
Yes.
This is like Stitch about to fight people. Like
literally
the
what I
size of
was
Stitch
thinking.
just going fucking full on, right?
But not the
Yes.
live action, because that was
Not-
garbage.
Yeah, no, we're talking about
All
OG. I mean, she's already been seen.
Mhm.
Is he the only one that sees her?
He is the only one that is actively engaging with her.
Okay.
Logic would dictate that probably other people in the truck are aware of her based on what's going on, but their attention is also diverted towards the larger situation that's developing.
Okay, and I have another question.
Okay.
it's a pickup truck, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that does mean that there's a back window into the cab.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
All of these trucks are the 4x4 from Back to the Future, Marty's dream car. That's what all of these trucks are.
Okay. I'm gonna communicate with Umbra.
Yeah.
Because I'm watching this live, and just say, Umbra, what I want you to do is get into that cab, scuttle away, make yourself scary, make yourself foreboding. You know how those big rats we saw looked, and those things out in the dunes, just do that. If you get caught, chomp their arms off. You go for it. You do whatever you need to, just don't let them have you, and make a little chaos.
Okay. All right. And she responds in the little video feed you have with an affirmative. And at about the same point all of that is happening, the situation has developed in the underground to full-blown conflict. Through Umbra's feed, you are hearing weapon fire being exchanged. You hear voices yelling at each other, indicating attacks and fighting. Umbra is bouncing all over the place so quickly, you're not able to like really get a feel for the fight. You're catching glimpses of it.
How
like,
queasy does B get?
If she's watching it like full on, it vary. If she's like, whoa, hold on, okay, and we'll come back to it, whoa, oh, I'm getting dizzy, then you can handle it a little bit better. But yeah, if you're like locked in through your glasses or your goggles, you might.
I feel like it's like the camera angle from Blair Witch, but just in a blender.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Do we want a preview?
No, it's like when you give like a really excited toddler your camera.
Yes.
You know?
Uh-huh.
And
and sometimes the front-facing camera is on, so you're just seeing like from the bottom up, from their
like,
chin up as they're running around. Yeah, it's
Zoom in on
jumping
post.
Like at one point, Umbra's like climbing up something, and she looks down, and you see like people are just like brawling, punching each other, hitting each other with like bricks and pipes. She jumps over to something else. At another point, you look over, you hear gunfire. You see people like in cover positions, exchanging fire back and forth. She scrambles off somewhere else. At some point, you hear like a big explosion, and you're not sure if people are like using incendiary rounds or hitting the trucks or whatnot. It might be that Umbra is like ripping out some of the tires, and you just hear the explosions of the tires. You're just hearing such a cacophony of noise.
B's gonna look over to Sam and be like, "That's my little feral baby. Look at her go."
All of this takes place over minutes. You know, basically once the fuse is ignited, it sets off very quickly, and this is a fast, brutal, close quarters combat in a bad situation. It's not an extended fight. It's not a tactical fight. This is like a dirty street rumble kind of thing. So you're sitting there in the box truck. You're hearing this go off. Mox via Argos, as soon as like the fight kicks off in earnest, you see that all of the bike riders saddle up and roar away from their holding spot and they split up. So like half of them come back, retracing the steps, the path that the first two took to meet them up, and the other two head off. So they're and then find another entrance point. So they're basically joining the fight from opposite ends of the tunnel.
There's another entrance point, you say?
Yes.
I would love for Argos to find that entrance for us.
Okay, cool. He does without any trouble, based on, because he just watched the other bikers go in. So he just jumps down building to building, sprints over there. He's able to find that other entrance to the tunnel. Do you want him to stay there? Do you want him to go in? What are you doing?
I simply want to have him mark that spot on
perfect.
Our shared map, which I will then immediately update for everyone else's. So that is basically what Mox is doing right now, is going to try to keep a live map as much as possible for everyone else at this exact instant.
Yeah, absolutely. So Argos goes over. He, exactly like you said, marks that point on the map.
Actually, so can I build off of that idea of the live map? And since this is an AI, an artificial intelligence dog who clearly was able to do many things in nanoseconds, I want him specifically to translate the data that he is receiving, either visually, auditorily, or just through educated hypotheses about knowing like someone went down this path, and create a three-dimensional based off of the visible information and the blueprints, create a map with everything that he sees, every individual who's moving, and just keep it live and updated for everyone else in the group so that it can be constantly referenced.
Okay, absolutely. This is something that takes a fair amount of his computing power and focus to do. So he is going to hole up in a very secure spot with his active camo and stealth, and internal processing being rerouted, kind of boop, 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 boop. And what you see is very kind of wireframe build initially, as he is filtering and interpreting and processing all of this data. And it's very much like old school video games, like where the everything is being filled in as you move forward into the map, like it's just not right 100%, and it's being built as you move into it, as the layers are being built, all that kind of stuff. So it's not great initially, but then it's one of those things, like as it iterates upon itself.
I just imagine it like the first layer, and then it all reloads, and there's a little bit more, and it's a nicer image, and then it all reloads, and the polygons get loaded.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So he is building this as it is happening. The secondary entrance that he went to and marked, that is one that you see. It was originally like a service entrance to this underground area. It wasn't like the main entrance that you saw everyone go through. That was like, oh, this is where all the cars and the customers drive through. This is like a service entrance for maintenance and different drones to come in and do all the work behind the scenes, like take care of the plumbing and the electronics and moving supplies back and forth. So it's something that Fortis's men know about, since this is their, little meeting spot and hangout spot.
Like I said, Mox is going to be using this, and also would like to route the video feed from Umbra to Argos as well, to include that in the information. And every time Mox gets new updates, pumping it out to everyone else, and there's like a little avatar of himself that he created that just pops up kind of like Clippy. Like, there's been an update to your map.
One of the things that Argos is able to do on top of all of that is he's able to locate the old like camera feeds and security cameras that were built into the road and the underground station. They are all turned off and out of use, but he is able to devote part of his processing to also trying to get those reactivated.
What a guy.
He doesn't have anything from that yet, but like looking at his processing, like that's a function that is kind of backburnered right now. Like he's devoting part of his processing to work on that. Most of it is where he is right now, and then he's like part of his processing, like knowing what's around him if he has to move or something like that. You see all the little things he has split his attention to as he is functioning here. All of that being said, this is all happening very quickly, very rapid fire as the fight is erupted and is getting worse. The other groups of Fortis's men have joined, and you hear both through Umbra and through what Argos is interpreting and building that there's more of a discharge of weapons, more gunfire, plasma fire. You're not sure who's winning right now. You just hear a lot of people hurting each other very badly. And about this time, you hear the telltale siren of Leo's approaching. And from your vantage point, you're able to see that 2 cruisers are driving through the fringe and approaching the entrance to this underground road.
Seeing this, Mox is going to queue up on like a little soundboard the John McClane "Welcome to the Party, Pal," just in case anything happens to one of those cruisers. He's going to blast that.
All right.
All right, I think everyone check your maps, and the party's about to get as lit as it's gonna get, I think.
So question. What are we doing here? Are we just trying to kill them all? Are we trying to follow them? Do I set phasers to stun?
Well, admit I forgot the thread.
We have a back door now. We could go in and try to, while the main forces are out here fighting this, I have no doubt that fuck Fortis is not going to fight himself. So we could take advantage of this, go get him, deal with what we need to deal with, and be done with it.
Okay, so we're trying to get him.
Dead
He's
or
in
alive?
charge.
Slightly maimed?
I think maimed and alive we can use. If dead, new leader, maybe start all over again. Unless the lieutenant is more malleable.
Okay. We should plan to short out his cybernetics then.
Good plan. Great plan. IVMP grenades.
Let me know
Grenades.
before you throw those.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's get to it.
Okay. She jacks in and immediately, like, she was already sitting down and she just jacks in.
right.
Is the Roth going to be able to get in the back door?
Is it? I make door.
Fair enough.
Just ask nicely and use lube. It'll be fine.
I get
You
it.
say something about there's a back door. Dog's been working on this smoke machine, kind of stands up and is like, just kind of not kind of exasperated. Like, so do we need this anymore?
Well, what?
Oh, babe,
what
you
is
know
it?
what? Never mind the back door. There's no back door. I was
That's
lying.
fine.
Let's
That's
use
fine.
it. Babe, you worked so hard on this. No.
Wait, hold on. Yeah.
We
yeah,
are
yeah, yeah.
using this.
What are we trying to do with this? All you've asked to do is make a smoke machine. So please tell me grand plan.
I'm autistic. Don't I need a project.
I mean, that's fair, but now what do we do with project?
Well, I mean, it's here.
Obstruct the entry. Just go ahead and obstruct the entry. I mean, it seems like a great idea.
Having smoke grenades in general is going to be damn helpful for this. Once we're down there, whether we go front door or back door, we might need to conceal our escape or make a quick one.
Okay. My question is, how toxic do you want the smoke machine to be?
Wait, how toxic can I make it?
Pretty toxic.
Oh,
Can you?
We
Can you
literally
do
smoked
toxic
them
and
out.
non-toxic? Can you do both?
They would mix together to make toxic.
No, I'm saying can you put them in separate bottles, babe? Jesus.
Bottles?
Well, I mean, doesn't the machine need what are you making the smoke out of?
I'm asking.
Ooh, buddy.
I was thinking Spencer's fog machine with the fog fluid.
No. Not quite.
Then I'm missing details.
Not quite.
I don't want to go into those details yet because I want to see how this plays out. So,
Well,
Sam has jacked in, and what is she doing?
Well, now she's waiting on the fog machine to start making a grand entrance or something at this point.
I imagine, especially that I love the fact that all these questions from Sam about the smoke machine have happened after already plugging into the ROV. So it's just the ROV back there.
Oh yeah,
asking
no,
this.
it's totally the ROV. The ROV is holding the scythe and the gun and everything like that, ready to go running in, and it's like, hold on, wait, smoke machine. Tell me
All right,
more.
so Pete, what is Dog's plan here? In his perfect scenario, how does this playing out?
okay. Dog has two options here. Extremely toxic, or you probably shouldn't breed that. Either way, Dog has been taking the front grill off the box truck to expose the radiator, and is taking the radiator fan and just putting it on backwards so it blows outward. And has a hammer next to the radiator and is asking how toxic do you want it to be?
Oh,
This is the less toxic version of this.
I wasn't planning on driving the box truck on over there.
Oh,
I
so
mean,
we're
it's-
currently in the smoke machine.
Do you see any other fans around here?
I'm asking questions, babe.
You want me to build a
I'm on your
bellows?
side. I want to use it. I'm on your side.
We got any plywood back there? I'll make a bellows.
Great.
Caleb, you want to roll to make a bellows out of plywood?
No, because you had such a great roll before.
Okay.
There's a giant metal machine of death here, and we are constructing bellows. The
Something for
dichotomy
Thomas.
here is beautiful.
I mean, I could stand there like an asshole with a power drill and make a fan, but
It's okay.
Listen,
So, all right. So,
I've been very in character and reading up about smoke bombs.
I am for some
Love
reason
those.
remembering that scene
So
in
much.
History of the World where they ride the chariot and there's just
Yeah.
the joint on the back of it with the smoke. That's what the Windy Bagel is going to become.
Box truck.
Box truck.
Box truck, my bad.
Yeah.
I feel like what we're leaning towards happening here is the box truck being driven towards the main entrance with Sam's Rover, Teen Wolf riding the top of it.
We need to find somewhere to leave Sam's body that's safe.
Yeah, that's another big issue with the whole driving the truck thing.
I don't give a fuck about the rest of it. Just if Sam's jacking in, and leaving her body in the truck.
I'll just sit here.
Someone's got to stay with.
I'll sit
With
right here.
There's lots of other vehicles. You could very easily borrow them.
Oh, there's other vehicles around here.
Sure.
Sorry, I forgot my glasses.
We're out in the fringe where everything is just kind of lying around. And,
I mean, somebody's got to stay here and operate these bellows, so I'll be here, I guess. But
So wait a minute. You're going to turn the radiator into giant smoke machine?
yeah, I mean, we'll get one of these other vehicles. He says as he starts putting the grill back on.
You flip the fan back around before you do that.
Yeah,
You are
right.
not messing up this box truck.
Do you want to drive a smoke machine?
Not right now.
All right, so Dog will reverse the fan back to where it should be. The radiator is not punctured because he managed to ask this question before. Before doing it, mid hammer in the air. Wait, you don't need this. So, whew.
I hesitate to bring this up, but I don't know if all cars in 2099 need radiators because
Now, if they're the 1985 Marty McFly trucks and those are common still, they will have a traditional radiator. Now,
it was like a retro throwback. They built a radiator for no reason.
If you want,
he'll do that.
We can just slide those giant ass batteries into the tunnel mouth, and I'll just throw hammers at it and nail it.
Dog is giving Marissa Tomei from My Cousin Vinny. Actually, on this model.
And there is, that is a toxic version. There is, a very smoky, very toxic version, which kind of depends on other vehicles being around. If we want to hear about that, I don't know if we're doing a committee thing now.
All right. Let's find a little bit of focus in this game.
The engineer is always stifled by the stakeholder.
We have determined that we are turning a vehicle into a moving toxic smoke machine.
Yes, we have.
And that Sam in her rover is riding this toxic smoke machine into the tunnel to join the fight. Is that the end result of all of this?
That sounds like the most rational plan.
If that's more chaotic than I wanted y'all to, I was just gonna tend to the smoke machine, stand there with my hands on my hips and my kimono and be like, "Yep."
You were gonna dad water the garden with the hose, is what you were gonna do.
Right there, and whatever y'all are doing, you're the recon people. But I was building this out in my mind, and then y'all were like, "There's the back door." I'm like, "Well, shit, there's my van gone."
Well, if we do the frontal assault with the danger truck and the ROV, and the other three go in via back door, then one, there's pincer opportunities, and two, it gives not all of our eggs in one basket.
Yeah, it's not like Sam has to breathe. So if we start putting toxic fumes down the thing, she could just be like da 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 going.
Yeah, Caleb also mentioned other vehicles nearby.
There are many vehicles nearby. Yes.
Okay. Is there are there any within pushing or driving? Just
yes.
Can I walk over 30 feet and be like, okay, let's do that. Fuck it, y'all take the truck.
Okay, so, all right, so
if you want, it's fine. I'll
so much.
We've got danger truck moving toxic smoke machine with a giant robot riding it.
I mean, we gotta go full of this. Is Sam's still hungover from the Rover Rumble going on at this point, and so over the top entrance to this fight, absolutely, sign me up.
All right,
Dog is her favorite person in the world right now.
Sam's body is in.
Hold on. Dog is trying to jump in.
Okay,
Dog is trying to
sorry.
jump in.
My vision, I'm not expressing my vision correctly. You all can take the box truck if there are other trucks nearby, and I cannot make it a death smoke machine. You could just drive over to the back door, and I'll just use one of these cars over here
Yeah.
do it.
I think that's what.
And Sam's body can be.
Yeah, we're
okay,
using
okay.
another vehicle.
Yeah.
Because Sam's meat suit body needs to stay in the box truck with someone.
Okay.
And the other 3 people are going to the back entrance.
Okay. I was worried because you said a smoking death machine truck.
But the other truck, the new vehicle. You found it. Yeah. Dog goes over.
So we have Dog and Sam meat suit in box truck. We have the death vehicle and Sam Rov, who are going charioting into war, and we have the 3 who are going to be going via back entrance.
Yes.
What's the song that Sam's going to play on the smoke machine as they roll?
Can I just say that Dragula by Rob Zombie just came on?
Seems right.
20 seconds ago.
That's perfect, actually.
Yep.
It really beats the If You Like Pina Colada song that was stuck in my head, so thank you.
So we're going into the tunnel. I'm not dad moding it out here with my hand on my hips like, yep, that's burning. Is that?
Are you going to drive the car just to get us in there? Or are we just going to like put it in neutral and let it just coast down the thing?
Well, here, let me tell you here's option 3. I love we're standing outside this fucking tunnel. Like,
logistics. Caleb, just look at her, GM. Just look at it.
As it got more complicated.
Every time he mentally figures out, oh, here's what I'll do now. Here's how this plan will unfold. New plan.
Okay, anyway, Dog.
I do this for work every single fucking day. It's fine. Okay, so if you know, as I was reading it, I was like, I don't really have 50 feet of hose and like much. So I was like, if there's a vehicle nearby, well, what Dog will do is just take the fucking tires off and stack 4 of them in the entryway to the tunnel and dump some gasoline on them and catch them on fire. Still do the radiator backwards thing and just blow the very, very toxic smoke into the tunnel. That's why I said, how toxic do you want it?
So you're gonna throw? All right. So,
okay.
All right. The only question I have at this point is: Dog driving this thing in there, or am I just walking in at this point?
I mean, it was going to be a stack of tires with a car with a backwards radiator in front of it, just sitting there idling while I make it spin.
All right, you do
and you
that.
could just
I'll
walk
just
in
walk
there, Undertaker style.
You could, Sam. You could still just start one of the cars going, pushing it down the hill, and just jump on it skateboard style. Come on.
That's probably not a bad idea. But this Undertaker thing is kind of fun too.
We can also just set a bunch of tires on fire in the back of the truck, and you can go. There's a lot of options here.
Okay, so, all right, so.
I'm just saying, this is my brain for the last 20 minutes. I'm sorry.
Dog is in the original box truck with Sam's body. That is at a safe location. We have set up the various tools and supplies needed to set things on fire, blow the radiator. That's happening at the entrance of this underground tunnel. That was all set up before the cops started showing up. Sam is is Sam walking in or riding another car in?
I like this skateboard idea at this point.
Okay. Sam
with Dragula blasting, yeah, fuck it. Let's do the skateboard idea.
Oh man,
Sam, in your rover body, you found another car. You just punched out the window, jacked in, kicked it into neutral, shoved it, jumped on top. Mox, Drall, and B, based on the maps you've established, you are going around the long way and going towards this second back entrance that the other Fortis gang members used. And you're descending into this underground road station.
That sounds so safe.
Yeah. I was just going to ask. I didn't know if Drall was going to stay with Sam in the truck, but that's totally rad. Let's go.
I was going to...
Grenade?
Am I with you guys or Grenade? Am I with you or am I with Sam's body? You just have to tell me where my physical form is because
I think
Should
Dog
I-
is with Sam's meat suit.
Dog is with Sam's meat body right now.
Then I will, against better judgment, go with you guys.
Cool.
With grenades.
Great.
All right, so the camera is following Sam in her rover as she is entering. Behind Sam, the lights from the Leo's cars are bouncing off of this massive screen of toxic smoke and fumes that is bellowing from burning tires and backwards radiators. Sam, you are riding this derelict vehicle into this underground tunnel. Ahead of you, you are seeing the flash of firefights being exchanged, gunfire, muzzle fire. You are hearing the chaos of people fighting. The camera follows behind you. Luckily, the Chicago outfit kind of cleared the way from all of these vehicles that were blocking the road. It's not perfect. Like at one point, you're kind of pushing some out of the way as you're skating this car down the road. You get to a point where you are. The road kind of takes an upward turn, so you're not able to like really have a lot of momentum, but you're able to kind of leap forward off of it. You jump. Well, let me rephrase that. As you get to where the actual fight is happening, what does your entrance look like?
Well, we got the big, we got the big strobe lights happening behind her.
Yep.
At this point, too. So I think it's a little bit of as the car is or the truck's doing its kind of thing, she can kind of just push it and keep it going into the crowd kind of thing. And sort of just does a leap off the back of it, almost like the beginning of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, beat 'em up games. And just kind of puts up one little hand and stuff like that, and it's like, "Hello, boys."
With Rob's zombie blasting.
All right. So as you are doing that, you get a very clear picture of the fight as it has unfolded. You see that there are two sides of this fight at this point. You see the ground in front of you is littered with a couple bodies and body parts. You see off to your left, the Chicago outfit has kind of holed up in a restaurant area. They've kicked over a couple tables. A couple of them are behind a bar. They've kind of made a little bulkhead, a little cover for themselves. And across the way, you see Fortis's men. They've equally fortified themselves, kind of in what used to be, before it was riddled with gunfire from this fight, used to be like an outdoor play area for kids. Again, they've just knocked over a bunch of stuff, and they've tried to create some cover behind for them to hide behind. Towering over the Fortis's crew is Fortis himself. He is his men are all shoulder down in cover, trying to fire around it, that kind of thing. He is standing upright, laughing maniacally in the fight. You see his body is streaked with blood and gore. He is holding two large rifles of some sort, and he is firing away at the foes on the other side of this field. There's not quite a pause in the action as you enter, but a couple people definitely see you and respond to you. Fortis turns towards you, tilts his head to the side, confused puppy dog kind of look, and you see his eyes light up like, oh, this is exactly what I've been waiting for, and he charges towards you.
Tee.
What is the first action you're gonna take as you see this happen?
Does he have a gun on him?
Oh yeah, he's like 2 big rifles of some sort.
Oh, well, I was just gonna do it hand-to-hand style, but since he wants to cheat, that's fine. I think we just shoot him at that point.
All right, perfect.
I mean, we could just hit him with the rail gun.
Give me an attack roll.
Railgun seems like a great idea. Let's do railgun.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, none of my people are down here, so if I accidentally hit anything, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
All right, well, one's a nat 20. Because of course,
of course
the first,
it is.
You know, I mean, I only got 5 rolls, so there's a 20, a nat 20, a 21, a 13, a 10, and a 6.
So the nat 20 and the 21 will connect.
Okay, so 2 of them. Where's my other... Okay. So the nat 20 does 19 points of damage to the right leg.
Okay.
And the other one, does a lot more. Does 23 points of damage to the body.
Okay. And I'm trying to think. A railgun is like a mostly silent weapon, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
So in the middle of this firefight, you see Fortis charging towards you, and he's probably about the height of your rover. You line up your shot. The first 2 connect, and he spins as the impacts, turn his body, and that's why the last 3 shots go wide. But you see them connect. One of them just like completely punches through a vehicle that's sitting in the way. The other 2 slam through the shops, and there's now shattering glass and all that stuff everywhere. You see that Fortis like spins and turns. He's facing the other direction. You see him drop to a knee. You see blood and fluid dripping down onto the ground. You see chunks of armor, and his cybernetics have blown off. You see sparks as where you have connected with your shots. The tech is shattered. There's a split second where he's like down on the ground, and he's trying to like assess the damage. You see him push himself up to his feet. He looks back over his shoulder at you, and then turns and runs.
Towards the back door?
Yes.
Okay. Mission accomplished.
But that is where we will end this episode.
Just as he's running away. Pussy!
That is the end of episode 13. Thank you all in the chat for being here tonight. Thank you, future audiences in the YouTubes and the podcasts. Whew.
Chaos.
That was wild. That was wild.
Thank you all very much. Thank
just like a huge chunk of this session, Caleb is just like, how do I make my eyes see normal? Like,
every time I prep for a show, I'm like, okay,
fuck you.
Like, here's what I think. Here's where the players can go crazy, and then it goes so completely off the rails. I don't know. I love it. I love it. That's why I love this game.
into the cash chat. We're like, Caleb, you ready for today? And Caleb now is like as ready as I ever am.
Maybe.
Maybe.
At this point. Thank you.
Let's do our so longs and hear from our lovely cast and crew about who they are, where they can be found on the internet, and what they are doing, starting with Mallo.
You can find me everywhere at the Mallo Man. You can find what I do for my day job, as well as supporting all of the other wonderful TTRPGs and things like that I play in. So if you want to see me being a Chaos Agent in other games, and then being serious in one game that's led by a very handsome man with a beard, that's coming very soon. All of the preview episodes and things like that are out now. So I'm just saying, if you like the preview episodes for this thing that I know he's going to talk about in a minute, I can't wait to you to actually hear the rest of the story, because it gets wild. So hang on to that one. We're going to be doing a lot about that one.
And Wild.
You can find me at Wildling011 or outside or on the couch watching Ethan DM games. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm drinking water, living life, watching birds sing. It's great. Go touch grass.
Mr. Pete.
Howdy. You can find me down by the river burning piles of tires at the Buff DM and at the Caleb G. Everywhere, and I post a lot of pictures of burning tires. So, and if I don't, you should definitely comment and ask me where they're at. So, thanks.
Lauren.
Here, there, and everywhere. For real. Actually, though, you can find me most anywhere. 95% Lauren if you like it cheeky, and Thousand Faces Cosplay if you like it a little less cheeky, but still pretty cheeky. So we're also on here. Is this Twitch? This is Twitch at Thousand Faces TTRPG, and we are doing things and other stuff. And I am also gaming and attempting to hydrate and regulate my nervous system, which you should also do. Bye.
And Ethan.
Well, like Mallo was hinting at, we've got some really cool projects over on Go Buff Yourself. If you're looking for another narrative play to listen to while you're doing laundry or on your commute, and the project he was talking about, Lords of Sin, the final character teasers for that will drop in 2 days, which means 2 weeks after that, you can expect the first full session to be live on there. And we are recording session 4 on Thursday. It has been incredible, high level, 16th level, very fatal campaign. So if you're into that, you should check it out. And Mallo's in it. You can even go listen to the character teaser for Lorin right now.
We get sexy in that one.
I didn't plan it that way, but that's the way it went.
Mm-hmm.
Spice. How's our foreplay?
Accurate.
And I am on your socials at the Caleb G. You can find me right here for all things Identico, here and there with Farm to Fable, and taking up a lot of space in the archives of the RPG Academy. Speaking of which, Acadicon 2025, November 7th to 9th, Dayton, Ohio. More details as that is continued to be worked on by that amazing team. That is it for today. We will see you in the cyber future for another cyber game. As a quick heads up, I don't think we put it out there yet, but
no hard launch.
Next week, that would mean I would have to actually complete one of the projects I'm working on, Lauren. And
we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Let's just skip over that. What were you saying?
Yeah. We are, as is usual with Neon Trails, we are going to be having a little bit of a summer break so we can get all of our shenaniganized. Next week is going to be our last episode before our... Not 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I get confused. Time is a construct and doesn't mean anything. Our next episode, that's what I meant to say. Our next episode will be our mid-season finale before our summer break. So be sure to be here and tune in. who the fuck knows what's going to happen at this point? Because I sure didn't predict anything that happened today.
How toxic do you want the smoke machine?
That is not a question I ever expected anyone to ever say.
I passed it, and you were just like, run wild with it later.
Yeah,
you gave me 20 minutes to read up about smoke machines.
Hoisted by my own petard every time. Every time.
I do want to tell you, I did look over and see him researching filters on the ultra wide for a while.
Pete's commitment is second to none, and
schematics in that damn truck.
I definitely Google like how much does a car radiator smoke, and got some measurements.
I love it. So we will see you in the cyber future for another cyber game. Good night. We love you. Take your meds, eat a snack, drink your water, touch some grass, take care of yourself, stay safe. Remember that no one is free while others are oppressed. We will see you next time. We love you. Good night. Goodbye.
Mwah.